In this video, we will see how to import GPIO settings from the backup. You may sometimes find it necessary to copy GPIO settings from one GPIO to another GPIO. GPIOs can be backed up and restored using the Group Policy Management console, but one GPIO's backup settings cannot be restored in another GPIO. However, the settings of backup GPIO can be imported into existing GPIO. The new GPIOs will be empty as its settings will be overwritten by those the backup GPIO during the import process. Backup the source GPIO as we seen in our last video on how to backup Group Policy object using the Group Policy Management console. So for this demonstration, I'm going to create a new GPIO. Let's right click on Group Policy object and select new. Let's give a proper name to our new GPIO. For this demonstration, I'm going to give a name import GPIO and then click on OK. Let's click on import GPIO. Click on settings. So as you can see, we didn't configure any settings in this GPIO. We want to import settings from our earlier backup. Let's right click on import GPIO and select import settings. Now suppose if you try to restore from backup and if you specify the backup location, the folder where we store our earlier backup, and then if you click on next, as you can see, we didn't find any backup for this GPIO. So we are not able to restore one GPIO settings to another GPIO. Let's click on cancel and let's again right click on import GPIO, select import settings and click on next. Now if you want to backup the existing GPIO settings, that time you have to click on backup. As you know, we didn't specify any configuration settings in our GPIO. That's why I'm not going to backup the GPIO. Let's click on next. Let's specify the backup folder where we store our earlier backup. Click on next. If the specific backup location contains multiple backup GPIOs, that time you have to select the correct one from the list. Now for this demonstration, I'm going to select prevent access to all removable storage. If you want to see the settings, you can click on view settings and that will display you the settings for this GPIO. Let's click on next. Now this is the scan result. The wizard will then scan the GPIO being imported to determine whether it is containing any reference to security principle or UNC path. Now in our case, that is do not contain any references to security principle or UNC path. Let's click on next and click on finish to complete the import settings wizard. Click on OK and that's it. Now if you see the settings for our import GPIO under user configuration, we have our settings for all removable storage classes, deny all access, and the policy is enable. So in this way, we can import GPIO settings from the backup. So this is quite basic, but what if you have a groups or UNC path reference in your GPIOs which are different in source and target domain? Instead of editing them manually, once they are imported, you can use the migration table editor to create a file that will change the value for you. So in the next video, we'll see how we can import GPIO settings from one domain to another domain. That's it for this video demonstration.